Trustee Kagan,
Present.
trustee Abbott,
Present.
trustee Krusek,
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
Quorum established.
Thank you very much. This evening, if you would please join us in a moment of silence as we dedicate this meeting tonight in the honor and memory of a very good friend to Woodridge. His name is Mr. Mark Quiet. Mark was instrumental in our immediate emergency care and recovery from the tornado in June. His outstanding service and compassion and care and leadership helped us get through the most difficult of times right after the tornado. Mark is part of the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and we met him at our first Mark event at Jefferson Junior High through the American Red Cross. Mark continued to serve our community as a case manager for Neighbors Helping Neighbors, and he actually was instrumental in us creating Neighbors Helping Neighbors with the American Red Cross and St. Vincent de Paul Society. It is through his critical and extraordinary just wealth of knowledge and experience that we were able to get through some very tough times in our community. And he continued on to work through cases right here in Woodridge through last week. And we're sorry to say that he has passed. And we send our deepest and heartfelt condolences to Mark's family, his friends, and his neighbors. And I can say this personally and for all of us, we are so grateful to Mark. And he is an inspiration. And Mark, you will be very, very missed by all of us in Woodridge because we have a debt of gratitude, but his spirit will live on. He was such a positive force and really believed in going above and beyond to help our neighbors. So I wanted to share that, and we dedicate tonight's meeting in his honor. So we'll just take a moment of silence, please. Thank you so much. If you now would please join us in a motion, the Pledge of Allegiance, which I'm going to read off some names. So I'd like some 4 people that we're recognizing tonight to lead us. So Sam Banda, Sam, one, if you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance along with Nick, Spencer, and David. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we do have some very special recognitions this evening. So I'm going to invite our Assistant Village Administrator, Peggy Halleck, to the podium. And we are recognizing this evening Sam Banda.
I'm going to invite Sam Banda to the microphone. All right. So I'm so happy to have the opportunity to celebrate Sam's 25-year anniversary with the village. Sam is one of only 6 Village Hall employees who've achieved this milestone. That's crazy. Well done. Thank you. And we seriously could not be luckier to have him. I just want to share with you the technology that we have in place today is unrecognizable to what existed 25 years ago. And Sam has been in the pilot seat this whole time, navigating us through those changes and making sure that we have all the right tools in place. Just to give a sense of what has happened since Sam got here. So, and this is just to give you one snippet. When he came here, our internet was provided through a cable modem, correct?
Even before then,
It was DSL?
New dial-up.
It would dial up, and it was what, 56K?
We had 36K, 56K, yeah.
Yeah,
Blazing speed.
yeah. Today, we have 2 internet lines that are each 1 gig. So that's a little bit of a change since Sam got here. So it gives you a sense. We went from like dinosaurs to what? Just super powered cheetahs, I guess, something like that. So I just want to share under Sam's leadership and vision, we have the equipment we need for a brand new police facility. We're building a new fiber connection and we're creating a redundant connection to support all of our facilities. Our employees all have laptops or workstations that enable them to work from any location with enough memory to support the cloud-based systems. That's thanks to Sam and understanding what we need in order to support our people. So it wasn't just a matter of what equipment do they need, but what are the specs for all that equipment. He's got our applications based in the cloud so that they're accessible from anywhere. We have strong cybersecurity tools in place, and we continue to expand those to further harden our security. We have, as I said, a redundant 1 gig internet service. Our phones operate on VoIP using that 1 gig data line. So he's managed to find a way to duplicate efforts on a duplicated effort. So well done. Our squad cars function as mobile laptops, or as mobile workstations, I should say. Our network is backed up to a separate appliance that is then replicated in the cloud. We have mobile devices deployed in the field. I will end, Sam. We have a boardroom right here with state-of-the-art technology to support our government transparency. We've acquired the equipment that we need for an up-to-date and rigorous infrastructure. And he has looked for every opportunity, I mean, every opportunity to reduce our costs while also advancing our capabilities. So, I mean, you'd think it's one or the other, but Sam has managed to do both, and he's done both tremendously. What hasn't changed in the last 25 years is Sam's energy, his enthusiasm and positive spirit. He has, get ready, he has a ready smile. He's got an infectious laugh, and he's a joy to have as a coworker. And we are so fortunate to have such great experience on our staff, and we thank him for his 25 years of service. Sam has lived in town for more than 25 years. He's been here since 92. Right. And he and his wife, Anna, raised their 3 kids here, Sammy, Lauren, and Stevie, who now have left the nest. Yeah. Finally, and hopefully forever. Right. But we could not be more grateful for Sam. It's been a tremendous 25 years. This is not a retirement. This is you stay here. We get to keep you for a long time. Right. So just please join me in thanking Sam for his tremendous efforts over the course of these 25 years. He has not slowed down a bit. Thank you. Did you want to say anything?
Well, thank you, Peggy, for the kind words. 25 years really came fast, but it's living in Woodridge and working in Woodridge, I think, has been part of the success. I believe in that.
Thank you so much, Sam. On behalf of all of our elected officials and all of our neighbors throughout Woodridge, it doesn't seem like it could be 25 years, first of all, but it is. And thank you so much for your outstanding efforts. But not only that, just that infectious personality and great care that you always go above and beyond. And that means so much. So thank you. And here's to another 25 years. I don't know.
I hope.
Here, I mean, but so congratulations to you again. And thank you so much for everything and always going above and beyond. It means so much. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
And we have a few more. Director Bethel. I see Bob, and I don't want to name names because I think 2 I have not met yet. So good evening and welcome, everyone. Good evening. Director Bethel.
Thank you, Mayor. So we've had some recent staffing turnover and some departmental restructuring to address some new responsibilities and growing responsibilities that were already in place. We're going to start with some of those supervisory promotions. I think it's truly one of the hardest things we do in the department because we have such great applicants from within for these supervisory opportunities. And it's really trying to pick out of all of them who could do the job, who's the right person at the right time to take that on. But it's really kind of a testament to it's a lot of effort and some of it's luck, but we hire really good people who then really dedicate themselves to learning and putting themselves in a position where they can grow and jump into new opportunities, and a testament to the supervisors in the department who train those staff we hire and then train those new supervisors as they come on. So first I'm going to take Bob Goy, and he probably doesn't need an introduction. You guys see him probably once a year. He's in front of you for some recognition or promotion, and everybody can can probably recite his statistical background, but he had started with us back in '01 as a maintenance worker, got promoted to a facilities technician in 2018. In that time between, he was the Public Works Department Employee of the Year in '04. He was the Village Employee of the Quarter in 2015, the Village Employee of the Quarter in 2017, the Village Employee of the Year in 2017, and then again recognized in Public Works for all of his work with COVID after he was in that facility position. He's always been a great, well-rounded employee. He's an arborist, certified water plant operator. He's one of those people that we can call, and because of his background, he does get called a lot. And he's here really at all hours. He lives in town, so he's able to respond quickly. We're not filling Bob's old position as the facility technician as he becomes the facility foreman. He's going to be overseeing some other responsibilities as a part of that position. And we have aging buildings and a brand new building that's coming online, and he's going to be responsible for that. And his wife Dawn and one of his sons, Josh, is with him tonight as well, who have learned to kind of put up with. Unfortunately, they lose Bob a lot of times in the year because we take him, and they've been very patient and supportive of that. The second individual is Nick Morgan, who's also filling a foreman position. His predecessor left the public sector. He had an opportunity for a private civil engineering firm. Nick's been with us since 2016 as a maintenance worker. He had a long track record. I grew up in a small farming community. He used to work on a farm, so immediately I knew I liked him as soon as we interviewed him. He did lots of construction, mechanical skill sets, big equipment, and then he was a truck driver with a customer base that he served, got great customer service skills. Don't let Nick start talking to you. You won't get away from that conversation for a while. Nick's going to be overseeing our storm and sanitary systems, as well as some stormwater related functions like mosquito abatement, street sweeping. But really what Nick's passion is and what he really pushed for during the interview process is to get involved with snow and ice. So he's not a Woodridge resident, but in the winter, he's going to feel like a Woodridge resident. And as we kind of look at succession planning, Ben Saintor, our superintendent, he's looking at retirement in the next couple of years. He used to oversee snow and ice. Scott Ceramic, our foreman, who's overseen snow and ice since '04, also looking at retirement in the next couple of years. So transitioning and setting the foundation for kind of the next stage of people. And that was an area that Nick's been hugely involved in and is going to be taking a bigger role coming forward. So Nick got a promotion, and then we actually had a maintenance worker who left for promotion to another public works department. So we needed to backfill those positions. Again, we had just a stellar group of candidates. The way we go through, there's actually 3 interviews, myself and HR interviews, all the department supervisors interview, and then there's a third follow-up interview. So we really have a rigorous process to make sure that we think we're hiring the most talented people. In this case, both David and Spencer are Woodridge residents, and in fact, all the finalist candidates were Woodridge residents, which we thought was a great showing by some of the people here in town. Both of them started at the end of the summer. They're both in the water crew underneath David Zalad. I'm going to start with Spencer first. He used to work for a local school district, so he's got he was one of their lead employees and a lot of facility work. So perfect need we have with growing facility needs. And during the interview process, Spencer talked about how he's familiar with Bell and Gossett pumps. He went through a training school for Bell and Gossett. Ironically, Bob Goy had gone through that same training school, and he said, somebody who has that knowledge is going to be a huge impact and benefit to the village. So we like that part of his operational and mechanical inclination. But really what sold us on Spencer is he moved into town shortly before the tornado right on Janes Avenue. And he had shared with us that he had called off work in order to go out and help his residents with cleanup immediately after the tornado. So we think that said just a ton about the type of person he is, and obviously stellar references from his prior employer. Second is David Holloway. So I feel bad. We did poach him from another public works department, also a Woodridge resident. Unfortunately, when we were talking about that water main kind of history and breaks, he lives on one of those streets that is not so great. So he has seen our staff a lot in prior years, but we found him in a unique way. Our staff was at a Touch a Truck event. He was at a Touch a Truck event. They just kind of struck up a conversation, and our staff said, you should apply. And they came back and they said, this is a guy, personality, skill sets, just in talking to him, he would be an asset to the village. And he impressed on paper, and then he impressed in the interview process. And again, he came to us with a lot of great public works experience, and actually quite a bit of water system experience, which again, a huge pressing need for the village. David's getting ready to test for his water plant operator certification, which again will be a great benefit to both the staff and the community. So it's always a challenge with kind of promotions and turnover and staff leaving, especially in the last couple of years in all the departments. But I think again, across all the departments, we've been able to find some really great staff, and in this case, Woodridge residents, to continue to provide those services. So a little bit of information on those four gentlemen before you tonight.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Director Bethel, for sharing all this great news and going on in Public Works. So first of all, congratulations for just the really wonderful opportunities for our two colleagues that have recently been promoted. First of all, thank you for all of your efforts leading up to that promotion and what you will do now going forward in really some outstanding works continued in Public Works. And then welcome to our two newest colleagues joining the village. We wish you the very best. As I said, it's an exciting time in the village if you're into snow plowing and things like that, because I know that's right around the corner. But thank you all so much for just doing just incredible works throughout our community every day. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and much to celebrate here. So thank you all. Thank you. Nice meeting you. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next portion of our meeting under public comment, please. And so first, we're going to ask if anyone has any comments that are not related to the agenda this evening. We'll also pause now to recognize any written public comments that have been received prior to our meeting that do not relate to tonight's agenda, if any.
Mayor, we have not received any written comments.
Thank you, Administrator Stonich. Now we're going to ask for comments that are related this evening to tonight's agenda. If anyone would like to make a comment on the agenda. Also going to ask now, moving along, if there's any items that we've received prior to our meeting.
Mayor, we have not.
Okay, thank you so much. So we'll go ahead and go to tonight's omnibus agenda. And I'm going to ask please for a motion to approve A through C and the acceptance of D and E. A motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Martinez, and a second.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Krusek. Is there a request for any item to be separately considered this evening? Being no one, I'm going to ask our administrator, please, to review all the items on our omnibus.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. Members of the board, good evening. Item A, Resolution 2022-84 is a resolution authorizing the mayor and village clerk to execute a first extension agreement for services between the Village of Woodridge and Backflow Solutions, Inc. Item B, Resolution 2022-85, resolution authorizing the village administrator and village clerk to execute a service provider agreement and statement of work with the Municipal GIS Partners, Inc. Item C, Ordinance 2022-62, an ordinance amending Title 3, Section 3-3-10 of the Village Code, liquor control. This is the number of licenses, and this would decrease the number of Class A3 liquor licenses by 1. This is due to there being new ownership of VIP Thai in Seven Bridges and not seeking a liquor license for their business. Item D are the previous board minutes for September 15, 2022 meeting. And then the last item E, accounts payable registers for September 30th and October 7th, 2022. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Going to ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Blair.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Trustee Krusek. Aye. Trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Under the mayor's report this evening, we do have several items. First, the Jano Fall Festival Annual Trunk or Treat is this Sunday, October 23rd, from noon to 2 p.m. at Echo Point Park. Sharing that anyone who is wishing to make donations of Halloween candy can be dropped right off here at the Village Hall. I believe you can maybe even do it through tomorrow. I know we're coming close to the event, but this is such a well-attended event and really great for the Janes Avenue neighborhood outreach and all of the families. And actually also participants are members that are living at Woodridge Horizon. So it's a great fall festival. The Woodridge Park District is asking for Haunted Forest Walk volunteers. They're looking for volunteers or groups or individuals to scare our Haunted Forest Walk patrons. I don't think they mean to scare them really bad, but just to have fun. Anyway, information can be found on the Park District's website. The event is this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So information can be found on the woodridgeparks.org. Pumpkin Smash, so you can recycle your pumpkins at Downers South High School. And this is a nice tradition. They composted last year 242 tons of pumpkins. So please help compost many more. They're looking for many more pumpkins, they're saying here for 2022. Again, it's at Downers South High School, 1436 Norfolk Avenue. The date will be Saturday, November 5th from 9 until noon. Now news from the Woodridge Village of Woodridge. The Woodridge Police Department is hiring entry-level police officers. Information can be found on the village's website, but we're looking for good people to provide dedicated service to make a positive impact and difference throughout our Woodridge community. There's information, like I said, that can be found right on the Village of Woodridge and through, it's actually Village of Woodridge HR website. The deadline, says here application, but I think they're looking for more information because I think the deadline that's here says October 6th. And so it's been extended. We are also now hiring snowplow drivers. This information can be found on the village website again. And just to give a little bit of information, the salary starts or is around $30 an hour. All on call and auxiliary positions are temporary and will last approximately 4 months. And anyway, it's a great place to work and a great place to start. So please check out the Village of Woodridge. That is my report. Administrator Stone, it's your report, please.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. Only one item this evening. Item A, Resolution 2022-86 is a resolution supporting continued efforts to address public safety concerns within the Safety Act.
So Administrator Stonich, everyone should have a copy of the resolution, which has been amended. I'm going to ask first, any discussion on this item? If there is none, we'll go ahead. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for then a motion to approve resolution 2022-86, please.
So moved.
Thank you. A second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Kagan,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much, everyone. This, we will be sending a cover letter and the resolution to all of our legislators and directly to Governor Pritzker. And that will be done here in the next day or two, probably by Monday. So we are prepared. Ongoing calls, if you're willing to make a call, now is the time. So we can get in before the veto session. And that's why we've worked very diligently on bringing this forward at this time. So I thank everyone for all your efforts and your input. There's nothing further to discuss this evening. I would ask please for a motion to adjourn our regular board meeting. So moved. Thank you, trustee Blair, in a second.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Krusek. All those in favor sign aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. The time is 7:24 p.m. and we are adjourned. Thank you very much and take good care.